Your morning in 8 minutes. People in Indiana are cleaning up after this today. Take a look. At least one person is dead. Dozens of homes are damaged or destroyed after several suspected tornadoes touched down yesterday. The National Weather Service says a survey team will inspect that damage later today.
And yeah, we're going to come straight to, we're going to talk about that first alert forecast where we do have some improvements. We have got it really, the key here is that we want to keep your eyes peeled when you're out on those roads this morning. We had multiple reports of downed trees at the Tennessee-Kentucky line, and you can see that dropping. And this was the storms while you were sleeping, which also means these reports came in from folks who kind of saw it right in their own yard. So what you want to do is keep your eyes peeled while you're on the roads this morning because you might be the first to find it. But that's 14 reports at the Tennessee-Kentucky line, then dropping Campbell to Claiborne to the New Market spot there. As we did have those noisy storms, of course, but it was the winds that caused that damage. So thank you to Charles for safely getting this video of that lightning off in the distance from Rockford. That's what a lot of you woke up to. You were hearing the noise of those storms, the heavy rainfall that moved through. We actually averaged about an inch of rain between the two lines of storms from yesterday afternoon to the overnight first alert. But again, that is literally behind us. On loop here, you can see where it was much noisier. Now we've got improvements. We'll talk about that day ahead here in just a moment.
Heather, thank you. A house fire in West Knox County is now out. It happened in the 1200 block of Harvey Road between North Shore and Boyd Station Road. Rural Metro says crews quickly put out a fire on the roof of the home. No one is hurt. A lightning strike is believed to be the cause.
And the day has finally arrived. Buc-ee's is open off of exit 407 in Sevier County.
The new travel center has 120 fuel stations, snacks, brisket, beaver nuggets, you name it, it's probably in the store. Even award-winning restrooms and a car wash. This is a live look. This is the one closest to Knoxville. It's the largest in the country, at least for now, and boy, they came a-flocking to it, if you will. And that's the only way I can describe that. You can go right now. The soft opening happened at 6 o'clock this morning. The official grand opening happens in a few hours at 11 o'clock this morning.
Knox County commissioners will vote tonight on whether to support a push to rename Clingman's Dome. The Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians out of North Carolina are calling for the name to change to Kauai, a historic name meaning the place of the mulberries. The vote won't change anything right away. If passed, it would call on the federal government to change the name. Tonight's meeting starts at 5 o'clock in the City-County building. And
UT football player Jalen McCullough is due in court today. He's scheduled to be arraigned on a charge of aggravated assault. He was arrested last October after a man accused him of punching him after the man walked into his apartment by mistake. McCullough claims the man entered the apartment and refused to leave after he was asked multiple times. McCullough graduated in November but is still eligible for another year with the Vols.
Brian Wilson is due to be arraigned today in Roane County. He is facing several charges, including first-degree murder, following a deadly shooting at the Midtown Body Shop in March. Police say Wilson went to the shop, started shooting, hurting 4 people, killing 1. Police say Wilson knew at least 2 of the victims.
And 1 person is dead after a fiery car crash Sunday morning. It happened around 5 o'clock on I-40 East near Strawberry Plains Pike. Knoxville police tell us the driver made a U-turn and started going the wrong way when they hit another car. Both cars caught fire. The driver of the wrong way car died at the scene. The other driver was taken to UT Medical Center with non-life-threatening injuries. And Honda is recalling multiple models after drivers say their rear-view camera wasn't working. The recall covers certain Odyssey minivans from 2018 to 2023, along with Pilot SUVs from 2019 to 2022, and Passport SUVs from 2019 to 2023. Dealers will replace a cable harness and install a straightening cover at no cost to you. You'll be notified by letter starting July 24th. We've got more details for you inside your WVLT News app.
The U.S. Cycling Road National Championships wrapped up its 4-day national championship races on Sunday. People from across the country competed for the men's and women's titles. Dygert won the Women's Pro Road National Championship and Quinn Simmons won the men's race.
And a busy weekend of racing in Nashville is in the books. Ross Chastain earned the winner's guitar in last night's Ally 400 at Nashville Super Speedway. It was a perfect race for him. He also sat on the pole. The sold-out Nashville crowd roared with enthusiasm for the long smoke-filled victory burnout he did in front of the grandstands to his enthusiastic melon drop.
The Pride of the Southland Marching Band is heading across the pond today. UT's band is taking part in London Band Week. More than 300 band members are making the trip. We're going to hear from the band's director along with a couple of band members coming up later today on WVLT.
And tonight it's all on the line in college baseball as a champion will be crowned. Florida evened up the best-of-3 series with LSU yesterday. Boy, did they rout the Tigers 24-4 in Game 2. Game 3 tonight at Charles Schwab Field in Omaha. First pitch is at 6 o'clock on ESPN.
6:54 now, getting a look at your first alert traffic. Keeping an eye on I-40 East just west of Level Road where we have a persistent emergency vehicle blocking that left-hand lane. There was a single vehicle crash there earlier this morning, but you can see that ponding on the roadway creating a hazard. So that's what that emergency vehicle is most likely there for now, just to keep people out of that standing water and moving quickly. That is causing a lot of delay and congestion on 40 East in that area, but you're quickly back up to speed. We're not tracking any incidents, but we're keeping a special eye on exit 407 in Sevier County, where it's going to be a busy one with that new Buc-ee's open.
At least the weather is much quieter. So absolutely, just like Whitney showed you that ponding on the interstate, you want to keep your eyes peeled for the leftovers. But the actual rainfall, yeah, not much left now. A couple sprinkles in Blount County. The layers of clouds still lined up Knoxville and east, and all that continues to move out. Right now it's 65 in Knoxville, 66 Athens, 63 in Oneida to Sneedville. Looking and feeling good. Look, we can see the sun now over downtown Knoxville. That'll help to start drying out those streets too. Big improvement there. Actually, when the winds start kicking up, that's going to continue to dry things out a bit. Right now it's a light breeze. We're in the mid 60s again in Knoxville. We're going to be right around 79 at noon with a high today of 89. Now, a couple of little specks of rain still want to pop up afternoon to evening, but really we are working on those improvements. I mentioned the wind, so I wanted to highlight the differences. Mid to late morning is when I expect those gusts to start picking up. 15, 20 mile per hour gusts. Midday to afternoon, though, they'll be closer to 25 to 30 in the mountains, about 25 mile per hour gust plateau. Most of us will have gusts around 20 miles per hour at times this afternoon to evening. So at least we continue to feel that kind of blow through, dry things out, and then warm things up. Next couple of days actually get even hotter, ending the week with 90s returning. Yeah, definitely ending the week on a steamy note, but we'll talk more about those storms when we can have some stronger storms as well coming up in the next hour on the CW.
I like it. Going to start to see the grass get back to green again after all this rain we've had, and I can get outside. That's what I've been wanting to do for the past week, soak in the sun.